Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for has finally arrived. For today's video, I wanted to give you guys a first impressions on Storm's new uniform, because as you all know, this uniform was one of the things that I was really looking forward to from update 5.1, because ever since Storm came to this game, she's been a Shadowland goddess and not much else, and I really wanted her to be strong enough to be able to compete in other game modes, i.e. World Boss Ultimate. So for those of you guys who want a short, easy yes or no answer in regards to whether or not I personally think this uniform is a worthwhile purchase for Storm, the answer is yes. This uniform definitely delivers some justice to Storm. Even though this is just a first impressions and not a full in-depth review, if I were to give this uniform a rating out of 10 right now, I would say that this uniform is easily a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10 in my eyes. And that is simply because I'm very critical of Storm, because I have a lot of love for the character and there is more that I would personally like to see out of her. But that does not mean this is not a good uniform. Even if you pick up this uniform and keep it at normal indefinitely, what you're gonna have is a character that is 2 times minimum, bare minimum, 2 times stronger than she was without a uniform, and 3 times easier to use, and in addition to that, much safer to play. Honestly, unless you make a lot of mistakes, you're probably gonna be able to play her right now and not be touched at all. Like seriously, she is now extremely safe thanks to the new additions that they made with this uniform. So I'm very happy, boys. A solid 6.5, 7 out of 10. Salute to Netmarble. The visuals is absolutely amazing. Netmarble almost never disappoints. Like, she really looks like a queen. She radiates royalty and I absolutely love it. But as you all know, all flash and no substance gets nothing done in Marvel Future Fight. So I would never recommend a uniform that doesn't have enough substance to validate the crystals that you need to spend. And this uniform definitely delivers, boys, thanks to the skill changes and the change to her tier 2 passive. So previously, her tier 2 passive was giving her 30% extra damage once you accumulated enough damage dealt. Now it's offering 60%. In addition to that, her forward skill is offering her 20% more all attack and 20% more critical rate with a little bit of all speed, which includes attack speed. These 2 changes alone, in my eyes, with the visuals of course, validates the cost of the uniform. But that's not where it ends. Storm now has 3 iframes, and these 3 iframes are now priority skills to me when I play Storm. All you really need to do to have like a really powerful Storm in my eyes is have max skill cooldown on the character and just prioritize the 1, the 4, and the 5, because you will now be able to chain these 3 skills back to back to back to back. You can go iframe, 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 and you'll be very safe. And if you want to, which I definitely recommend that you do this, you can put up the guard that she has on her 3 skills. So she's very safe right now, and she has enough damage to warrant her status as a god. Definitely love it, because even without changing anything, as you guys are about to see in this video, I'm able to do way higher stages now in World Boss Ultimate, and she's much safer, whereas before she was literally dropping dead. You couldn't play her without using anti-venom. Now I can play her without anti-venom and she can do very well. So yeah, shout out to Netmarble. They definitely came through. Storm is definitely very solid in this uniform. You're definitely gonna need to make some changes if you had her built up really well before the update, because of the fact that now her priority skills, which are the 1, the 4, and the 5, cannot be guard broken, right? So immunity to guard break on her obelisk is no longer needed. The 2 skill also got changed, so it no longer roots her in place. You can move her around. This is basically the only skill that can be guard broken by traditional means. And frankly, this is not even a priority skill for me in her rotation anymore. The priority skills, like I said, are 1, 4, and 5. and the one skill actually deals a really good amount of damage. So right now, based on my testing, this is probably one of the skills that you can proc on with her. I don't have a damage proc on her right now because I didn't want to change the build that I had before the update, before I showed you guys just how much better she got with the old build. But we're definitely going to have to change it. Whatever you decide to give her for obelisk needs to have lightning damage, because like I said, the one skill is a priority and it actually deals really good damage and it's lightning based. You also have the fourth skill, which is definitely a priority, not just because of the damage and the iframe, but also because of the attack buff. So you have 2 out of 3 skills with lightning damage, so you definitely want to consider lightning damage on her obelisk. I would say crit damage, lightning damage at a 200% proc would be one of the best type of obelisks that you could give her, because you're going to get crit rate from your forward skill, so you want to supplement that with enough crit damage so you can get pretty close to the cap. You see, mine is pretty low right now. You could also consider something like crit rate, but because you have crit rate on the forward skill, it's probably not a good idea because you're going to have too much. So I would say crit damage, lightning damage, 200% proc, or double lightning damage and a 200% proc, and then you can give her some crit damage urus, right? Also, you could do something like I'm gonna do for her probably, which is you could give her something like this: ignore dodge, lightning damage, and a 200% proc, because rolling double lightning damage is really hard to do. You could also give her a CTP of energy because he has so many hits. The chain damage on this thing would actually be very beneficial for the character. So those are your options for an obelisk that is ideal for Storm as she is right now. Invincibility is no longer needed. She's safe enough. Immunity to guard break is no longer needed because of the fact that the only skill that is at risk of being guard broken is the 2 skill, and you can literally just move around to prevent that from happening. And like I said, that is not even a priority skill for her anymore, at least not in my eyes. The 1, the 4, and the 5 are way better to use, and if you have enough cooldown, basically those are the only skills that you're gonna use for 90% of the fight, unless your skills get cancelled repeatedly by somebody like Thanos, because he's really annoying. So anyways, boys, let's actually jump into a little bit of gameplay. I actually got all these to +5 in anticipation for her awakening, because yeah, we're going all in on Storm. This uniform is definitely getting to Mythic. It is worth it, boys. It is worth it. So salute to Netmarble, they came through, man. Like, the visuals on Storm's uniform is absolutely amazing. So before, the best we could do against this guy was stage 9, and we were dying and we needed to use anti-venom. Now you'll see for yourself, she's pretty solid. It's only 15, but keep in mind, this is 15 with the old build that was struggling on 9 and dropping dead, and we needed to bring this guy along to keep her ass alive. So just keep that in mind, okay? Now, since Skull Obsidian has a lot of bleed damage, we'll still take a few hits here and there with Storm, but her survivability is way better than it used to be, boys, honestly. Like, she is almost perfect. And because the cooldown on the 1 is so short, you can literally just use it, use one other skill, and then go right back into it if you wanted to, right? But I like the 5. Like, I really like seeing that cyclone come down with the ice and the lightning in the middle. Like, it looks absolutely insane. Right, because we're so close to him, like, we gotta cancel and move real quickly. I wonder if Rage would do well on her, but I don't want to say Rage, because even though you can do a lot of skills in quick succession, I feel like Lightning is probably the best, because you have 3 skills with Lightning. Because even though the 5th doesn't say Lightning, right, there's hold up. Anyways, there's a thing of lightning that comes down in the center of it. Like, you'll see it like in the battle right now. You can't really see it, but if you go in the preview menu, you can definitely see it more clearly. So it's 3 skills with lightning. So yeah, you can definitely see that this is way better than before, guys. Like, before, she would literally be dead already, and we'll do like no damage. I got clipped there because it's Skull Obsidian and this guy's freaking annoying. But like, we're doing great damage, and even though I'm face tanking, my survivability isn't like really being tested. Yeah, I got hit a few times, but seriously, old Storm would be dead. This is a minute 30. We have this guy down into his next phase already. So salute to Netmarble. This uniform definitely delivers some justice to Storm. And I'll actually take her in against stage 10 with Thanos and show you guys that, yeah, it's a real thing, man. This uniform is definitely a banger, boys. All right, let's see how fast we can push this guy down to half HP. We're just gonna have to watch out for the dot effects that this guy likes to leave on the ground. That was a good amount of damage on the one skill there. Nice. One thing I have to say though, for a character that flies, she definitely feels kind of slow getting around. But maybe that's just because I got really like familiar with how fast rescue moves. Oh boy, that dot damage that I was talking about, he threw it on the ground, and because of all the effects that was on the ground, I didn't see it. I thought it was one of my own. Get out of that. Yeah, gotta love Storm, man. She's actually so much smoother to play in this uniform and a whole lot safer. Can't wait to see how high she's gonna be able to go now in World Boss Ultimate. Whew, that was a lot of damage there at the end. Oh boy, and we're in the fire and the flames, my guy. Yeah, so much damage. So much more damage. I'm telling you guys, she's actually stellar right now. Salute to Netmarble, man. Salute to Netmarble. They definitely did justice for Storm. Is she gonna reshape the meta? Is she gonna take over any particular side of the game? No. But can she now get stuff done? Hell yes. I almost got her killed there because this guy was like, oh, you're trying to be like fancy with me now. No, I'm gonna one-shot you with that super time punch. You know what's funny? Like sometimes you'll like start running to like avoid this guy's like beam, and then he'll immediately just change the direction that he's going just to like catch you off guard and just kill you with the beam. It's actually too funny when he does it. But yeah, man, you guys can see for yourself. Storm's putting in work now. She's actually a respectable character. Now we just gotta get similar DPS out of somebody like Cyclops and Rogue and Beast, because honestly his uniform is kind of underwhelming, but we'll talk about that in another video. We'll give my baby her moment right now because she's winning, baby. She's winning. And this is without a damage proc. So I look forward to seeing just how much more we'll be able to get out of her with a proper, like fully polished build. But yeah, man, leave me your thoughts in the comments, boys. We're gonna wrap it up right here. This is just a first impressions. As always, this is not a full in-depth review, right? So how I'm gonna be playing the character, I'm gonna be building the character, all that stuff will change a little bit, but basically everything I've said so far about the character will hold up in my future videos. You know what I'm saying? She can only get better than what you're seeing right now. Right, because what you're seeing is a outdated build for the character. Anyways, boys, let's get out of here, man. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you personally feel about Storm. Were you expecting more, less, 4,000? Wow, I actually dropped a few ranks, but this is actually a cool rank. If you could get it to like 1,000 or 100, that would be dope. But anyways, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Mythic uniform, definitely happening. You know what, man, let's do it right now, man. Let's do it. Let's get this thing started. Check that out. Oh, damn. Let's see. Who's the next one that's required? Deathlock. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to get that to Mythic too for Storm. Too sad about that. Anyways, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.